It's here, the moment that I've been talking about literally all summer. I am moving to New York. Hi, my name is Kara, and I'm not going to be an LA girl, I'm going to be a New York girl soon. Like, moving to New York is a lot of work. I had the fortune of living in Southern California and then going to school in Northern California, and that was a pretty easy move. Like, leaving home to school was only like a 6-hour car drive, so like I can just fill a car full of stuff and like not pack it super well and just be like, I might not need this, but I could also just throw it in the car, so let's just take it with me. But that's not an option now. But everything that hasn't been in the suitcases has been sold, and I am so sick of the post office. Like, I have been there like 2 to 3 times a week for the past like 3 weeks, and my local post office ladies are so nice, and they're like, oh, like, what are you shipping? And I get that question a lot. We're like, what are you shipping? And it's like, oh, I'm just selling my life and just moving to New York. But we're getting down to the dregs of everything. Like, my once beautiful yarn shelf is now down to some knitting needles that are really small, and I don't really know if I'm ever going to use them, but you know, and a few skeins of yarn that I'm like, yeah, I still want to use this while I have like 2 days of knitting left. Most of the clothes that I would normally wear in suitcases, so I'm kind of wearing my not my rejects, but like things that I would not normally wear. Like, I'm wearing my Stanford Woman in Computer Science shirt right now, and this is the first time that I've ever worn it. Although, to be fair, I've only had it like less than a year because I, as a master's student in computer science, just like pulled up to the event and was like, yo, can I get a shirt and a boba? And I got it. And it was definitely meant more for like freshmen and sophomores that were like freshly declared CS, but yeah, the last major step is for me to pack all of my toiletries, and I'm still deciding whether or not it's more practical to just buy my entire like skincare regime while I'm there or try to fit it in my suitcase, because skincare stuff, it's not big, but it is a little bit heavy, and then like there's the fear of it like leaking and getting all over your stuff. So a few more decisions to make. And then the next major thing I have to do is actually get my nails removed, because I really, really, really don't want to break a nail. And my nails are now so long that like it's hard to get my contacts out, and that's a good marker that I should probably get them redone or cut or something. And so I'm just going to actually have them remove everything, and it'll be the first time that my nails have been bare in like a year. But that'll be my treat to myself once I'm done like unpacking, like getting my nails done in New York. And I don't know what they're gonna be. Maybe they'll be simple, maybe they won't be, but maybe I won't even have any needles because maybe my nails will be so weak that like I can't paint them at all. Who knows? So, do you ever just think that your flight is tomorrow, but it's actually tonight? So, that happened to me, where I thought that my flight was on August 31st, which is Wednesday, and I knew that my flight was at 1 a.m. And so I was like, cool, I have all of Wednesday, I can just leave Wednesday night. And it's actually Tuesday night if you think about it. So, I just had to do the most rapid packing of my life. And of course, all of my bags were overweight, and so I had to just like start throwing things out, and I'm just gonna have to like literally buy all my toiletries while I'm there. And I got my nails removed, and they're so brittle right now. So here I am with all my bags. I had one carry-on, one personal item, and 2 suitcases. I ended up taking a cab because there was a flat fee and I had way too many bags for the subway. And here's my apartment. It's pretty small, I'll admit it, but it is New York, and we have an in-unit washer dryer. And my room has really great lighting throughout the day, so I'm really happy about that. It has an old fireplace that I'm pretty excited to turn into a knitting nook. And it's all hardwood floors. And because my flight was a day earlier, I didn't have any furniture, so I did a little bit of sightseeing while I waited for furniture to arrive. So they just delivered my salad, but I don't have any utensils, and they did not give me any utensils. So now I will be using some cleaned off knitting needles as chopsticks. Okay, it is now day 1 of being in my apartment, and I literally don't have any furniture to unpack to, so I don't have any hangers, and I don't have a dresser. And so everything's just kind of sitting on the floor, and nothing I ordered is coming until like this afternoon, so I don't really know what to do. And I've been mostly ordering furniture from like Amazon, and I know that's not great because you can't try anything out and you don't see it in person and you have to assemble everything, but it's just so much easier than going to a furniture store and like picking things out and then like carrying it with me or like Ubering with it. So forgive me. This is also the first time that I've ever like had to like furnish an apartment, and it's a little bit stressful, but I think it's pretty fun. Like, I'll have this tape measure, and well, it's not mine, it's my roommate's, and I've been using it to like measure everything and like writing everything down. I've literally never had to do that before. And so I really, really, really want to make like a little knitting corner, but I really don't know if I have the space for it. Okay, we are off, and I don't have any tote bags yet, so we are going to just use my fanny pack. So I ended up going yarn shopping, and I'll detail more about that in another vlog, but I also just kind of went around the city and started picking up the essentials for my life. Like, I went to go buy a bunch of toiletries because I had to leave a lot behind. And when I got back, it was time to assemble the couch. Okay, I'm going to try to assemble our couch, and it took 2 guys to bring this up here. So I don't have high hopes of us setting this up quickly. And I tried to get the couch out of the box for so long, and what I ended up having to do was literally cut the box off around the couch because I just like could not physically move the couch when it was in the box because it was so heavy. But, you know, I eventually got it out and then started setting everything up. And then I had assembled my first couch, and it's not the softest, but you know, it's my first couch. Then I finally got some hangers in, so I was able to hang up my clothes and stop letting out of my suitcase so much, but everything was a bit wrinkly from the suitcase, but I didn't really have the energy to steam everything. So they're hanging, but they're kind of wrinkly, but you know. And after all that, I got some noodles with my cousin. Tonight, we are living in luxury in that not only do I have a duvet cover, I also have a duvet to put it in. And I have pillows, unlike last night, and I have covers. I just washed them so they were drying because our washer dryer unit isn't working. Okay, start of day 3, I think. I've spent 2 nights here, so I guess this is the day 3. Last night I went to sleep at like 1 a.m. because I was knitting, and sorry, my room is really loud. Both the windows are up, but I get really great lighting, so. But anyways, I went to sleep at like 1 a.m. and I like could not wake up until 10. Like, I woke up to a call from the utility people because they were like, we're here to set up your gas because we haven't had gas. And yeah, and they couldn't set it up still because apparently there were too many like rat droppings in our basement. But today I am just going to try to run a few errands, or maybe sneak off to a yarn store while I do those errands because they're out of the house. And I am just expecting my nightstand to be delivered today, or my dresser, one of them. So I have to assemble more furniture today. But I also just got the notification that my sheets are expected to deliver, so your girl's not gonna just be sleeping on a mattress anymore. Also, I forgot to say that last night we went to get frozen yogurt, and the workers left in the middle of us being there to go vape outside. Okay, my dresser just arrived, so we're going to put it together. This cabinet was so cute, but there were so many parts, and I misread some directions, and I had to undo the top and reattach it because I attached it the wrong way. Okay, the dresser is done, and I only had a few extra parts that I don't really know what to do with. Well, some of them is for like the wall stabilizer, but I'm kind of scared to drill into the drywall, so not gonna do that. I only had one big missing piece as far as I can tell. I mean, I do have all these extra spare parts, so I don't really know, but here it is. Then it was time to unpack some more, and so I decided to put all my pants and tops in this cabinet, even though it's not technically a dresser, but I just really liked it so much, so I made it my dresser. The end of day 3, and we now have a cabinet and a lovely candle going. It's blood orange. Got it from Target. I also got a lamp to put on top of the cabinet, but there's no outlets on this side of the room, so I think I'm gonna have to return it. And basically, like, my room just feels incomplete when I don't have a bed frame or sheets. Day 4, I woke up a bit late, so I decided to go and get groceries to make myself feel productive. And the temperature was perfect, like, it wasn't too humid. Like, honestly, the weather here has been way better than I expected it to be. I just got the notification that my bed frame is out for delivery, and I didn't expect it till Tuesday, so I'm really excited to not be sleeping on the floor anymore. We are just waiting for the bed frame to arrive. I just moved everything so that I have this entire floor to assemble everything. And my sheets arrived and now they're drying. The bed frame is here, and it was so difficult to get up the stairs. Like, me and my roommate were like flipping it over and over. But now I am just going to try to assemble it, and first I'm probably going to change out of this skirt that I'm wearing today. And then I was super indecisive about what side the bed should face, so I was like moving things around and trying to test whether or not I liked how much sun would be blocked if I decided to put my bed against that wall. And then I ended up calling my friend, and he said that I should definitely have put it where I already had it, so then I had to move everything back. And this part was pretty tricky because literally none of the parts were labeled, so I kind of had to stare at the instructions and figure it out for myself. And then I had to leave in the middle to go to dinner. But this is how far I got after about an hour, so pretty easy. So all of the trains got like canceled because there was a man walking between the tracks. But now I get to go on this lovely walk. We went to Little Italy for dinner, and I had some fantastic penne vodka. And it felt really good to just eat this food after such a long day. And then I realized that I actually hadn't had Milk Bar yet while in New York, and I love, love, love Milk Bar. So then I got one for later. Then I went home and finished making my bed. Okay, it's the end of my 4th day, and I am finally sleeping in a bed with a bed frame. I'm so proud of myself. I feel like I'm getting pretty handy. But regardless of the fact that I almost missed my flight and had to pack in 2 hours when I thought I had 24 hours, and in between just like assembling all the furniture, I'm really enjoying my time in New York. Like, if anything, it's just been a really great learning experience, and like I feel like I'm a real adult. Like, this is the first time that I've like lived on my own and like had to assemble furniture. Despite the fact that I'm 23, like, forgive me, I went to grad school. And if anything, like, if I don't like New York, like, the jury's still out. I will really appreciate just having lived somewhere else just for a little bit, because I've gone to school and grown up in California, so spent the last like 23 years there. So I'm really happy that I'm trying out New York. But thank you so much for sticking with me. I know this isn't knitting content, but trust me, like, all I am is thinking about knitting. Like, I'm just trying to figure out like all the nooks and crannies where I'm going to store all my yarn, where I'm going to knit. Like, I'm trying to create a nice little knitting corner, and like I'm ordering the bookcases to store all my yarn. But yeah, this has been a pretty crazy time in my life, and it feels like it's kind of winding down, and I'm feeling a little bit more settled now, but I still have so much more furniture coming. And I also just have like a full month in New York before my real full-time job starts, so I'm probably just going to be messing around a bit. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and see ya.